Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I just want to ensure that everyone is awake after the lunch. Thank you. So, it's been a lot of activity filled past few months in the supply chain. Well, it has been a very active committee for the past quite a number of years. There's so much happening and there's so much to happen. So we are on the verge of even trying to see how I can get off the hook and monitor as a director and continue supporting the team so that there's someone else who comes and takes over the mantle. So having said that, I would continue leading till the time we don't find a suitable candidate who can come up and take over this position. So yes, KMSA has been on the forefront of the issues of our discussions. There's plenty that needs to be still sorted. When I say that, it means we are engaging with KMSA, but it's just that the teams have been changing, the leadership has been changing, and with every change, there's a change in people that are addressing the issues together with us. So I think we would probably give it this month of elections for everything to settle down, pick up the issues again. We have issues of payment, we have issues of supplies, we have issues of KMSA meeting its objective of ensuring that the government supplies are met with. And coupled with that, there are issues of suppliers having goods in their warehouses and not being able to supply KMSA. This is a big thing. So these are quite a few issues that we are trying to handle. Where do we stand? It's engagement, engagement, and engagement. So this is the only way forward for us to ensure that the KMSA issue, I won't say can be resolved, or at least it's on the path to resolutions. So let's hope that past the month of August, we start getting actively engaged, or we have active engagements with the KMSA officials that have now taken over, and see how we can start solving one issue by the other. The next one is the VAT bill, the VAT tax exemption. Coupled with that, we also have HS codes. Now, it's a topic that was quite favorite to me as well. A year down the line, at least we achieved a transition to getting some HS codes sorted out. But now we find that some of the products under some HS codes are still vatable. There are taxes on it, and it only will dissolve the entire purpose of trying to achieve UHC and better affordability of, better affordable patient care to the patients. So what we are trying to do is we will engage again. I'm sure the Secretariat will reach out to all of you that are in the supply chain and try and see which products or which areas of the product category that are actually concerning, and try and pinpoint those ones out. So there were a couple of products that we had already identified right from the beginning of the discussion that we started having almost a year and a half back from now. We find that we are at stage one. Well, this is part of the engagement that we have with the government. So you always need to be on the top of things to try and see that any document that comes up is not on the version 1 back again, and we are now discussing version 16 or 17. So it's a task at hand, and I would still require more support in terms of information and feedback so that we're able to try and see how we can achieve this objective and get it out of the way so that there's a level playing field, patients are happy, service providers are not charging too much, and there's no tax burden on anyone when it comes to healthcare service delivery. Yes, I mentioned about delayed payments. So that's an area of concern. There's also many areas of concern where I hope it's not our members, but there's areas of concern where suppliers are not being paid by customers. Customers are complaining about insurance. Insurance are saying the customers are wrong claiming. So, okay, it's basically got to do with trade, and hence it comes under this committees of supply chain. But we would probably try and engage with our HRH or the finance committee and see how can we best mitigate or come together as a service provider and a supplier and ensure that both are happy in their work of trying to make patients happy in the end. So ultimately, it should be the patients that benefit out of the engagements that we have. So these are a few updates. Yes, sorry. For though I see quite a few familiar faces, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vinod Guptan. I am one of the board directors of Kenya Healthcare Federation. I've been engaged with Kenya Healthcare Federation for over 12, 14 years now. I mean, almost from the time it started off. And I've been with supply chain all throughout. I also am the chairman of the supply chain committee so far. And I run a company called as Metsos Group. So that is what you heard being mentioned in a few speeches that were given. So I'm the CEO there. So I will pause here or stop here for any questions or comments or suggestions that any of the members may have. All right, silence is bliss. Thank you.